Hello. Feel like I'm real close. No, it is not the morning. I was going to say good morning. Good morning, friends. It is 3:21 p.m. I have done all the things today. Done. I have went to the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist in 3 years. My teeth are clean, no cavities. Whoop, whoop. My dentist actually said that I'm boring. He's like, "You're boring." And I was like, "Thank you." I have a real fear. I love going to the dentist. I have no problem going to the dentist. I actually enjoy it because I get to lay down and do nothing. Oh, don't you judge me. 3 years. But I can't do laughy gas. So I've had one cavity in my life. It was like a surface cavity, and they gave me laughing gas, and I wanted to run out in the street and take my clothes off. I turned fight or flight. True story. I was like, turn it off. So I cannot have laughing gas, and that makes me very scared. They had me like tip back upside down, and in comes this man, and I was like, hi. And so then when I leave, this is my first time there. When I leave, the woman at the front desk is like, your husband didn't come today. And I was like, yeah, he had a different appointment. It's been a hard day. It's been raining and we had to vote. I was like very stressed. And she goes, well, I've known him for 44 years. And she's like, and he didn't come today. And I was like, you know my husband? And I'm like, we've never been here before. She's like, he came here till he was 18. And I was like, what does he have, like a closet dentist experience that I know nothing about? And she goes, and your mother-in-law called to pay a bill and I shouldn't have told her, but I told her you were here. I said, Diane, Kate's here. It was so funny. I just like outright laughed. I was just like, this is like the most delightful experience ever. And then she's like, what do you do for a living? And I said, I am a writer. I write about autism. My oldest son has severe nonverbal autism. And I started with blogging, and it has turned into this beautiful thing where I get to help others and share my story. And she's like, that's awesome. It was just a nice experience at the dentist. And then I tell you, Jamie and I voted together. We went together. And I get very nervous at the polling center, even though all of our polling helpers are like in their 80s. They're the sweetest people. It's Minnesota. Let's be honest. We're like too nice. And I was like sweating. I'm like so nervous. Like I don't want to make a mistake. I don't know. It's weird. There has to be voting anxiety. I can't be the only person. So I was ahead of Jamie. And so I went, and my husband and I went and like got my ballot, and like sweet Fred, who had to be 100, was like, you have to fill in all these circles perfectly. And he was so sweet. So then I go like stand in the thingy, like the thingy. And I was like in there, and I was so focused, like sweat was like dripping down my face. And Jamie's like, boo. I screamed as if I had been attacked. I was like, ah! And then everyone turned and stared. And I was like, great. Great. He's my husband. That's what I said. We actually had young poll workers this year. I like when it's our nice retired folks. I find that wonderful to see if there's any underlying genetic conditions that he has. Camille, I was so nervous. I almost cried. And I have nothing to be nervous about. I had nothing to be nervous about. I was like, I don't know. It's so strange. It's just so much pressure. It's just so much pressure. And then I had to, Jamie and I are doing genetic testing. We want to know if Cooper has any underlying genetic conditions. And there's a few reasons why we're doing it, to see if there's anything that's going on with him that's treatable. And then also for our other children to have some just useful information. And it's really cool. It's not a blood draw. It's a cheek swab. So they gave us the 3 kits. and I did mine, and then Jamie did his. We haven't done Cooper's yet, but you just take the swab and you run it on your cheek 10 times, and then you put it in this little thingy and boop. So I went to FedEx and did that. I had a full-blown meltdown today. I like to be really honest. I think so many people pretend, or maybe they're not pretending, that life is just easy. It's called the whole exome sequencing for the genetic testing. My kids were home today, and it's just, I get why they're home. It's election day. Everyone has to vote. The schools are polling centers. I get it. But I feel like my kids are never in school. And to be honest, I'm just really sick of it. And it's just, maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I can never get my bearings. How do I get the comments to go away? A swipe one way or the other. So if you swipe, I think it's right or left. Yeah, they should go away. Oh no, I just froze my screen. Oh no, I put a filter on. Oh my gosh. Get that off there. Oh, I look ridiculous. How do I get that off? Oh dear. Okay. I just put a filter on my face. I am sorry. That was not my intention. My skin looks phenomenal. Look how white my teeth are. Sorry, and I just look so tan. It like won't come off. Oh, that's a filter. Okay, I quit. I need my children to be in school. I'm tired of it. And I like to be really honest. I'm really, 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 really tired of my kids not being in school. I feel like, and I will add that Cooper has a lot of extra appointments So like last week, he missed a full day of school for genetics because you can't send him to school for a half day. It just doesn't make sense to him. So, it's just I feel like we never get into a groove. And like when I was in school, like I swear to, all that is good. I felt like I was in school every day of my life, but it's, my kids are never in school. There, I said it. And so I tried to Sawyer went to hockey this morning, and then Harbor's at an art class right now, which we have to go pick him up in a second. But he went to an art class. All that stuff. It's fine. But it's like running kids, and I had a little bit of a meltdown this morning because I want to edit my book and I want to work. I just get tired of it. So neither here nor there. But so I have a topic that I want to talk about that I think is really timely and really important. And so for context, my son Cooper is 13. Cooper has a diagnosis of, and for some reason this just pisses people off. His diagnosis is level 3 severe nonverbal autism with a language impairment. People try to tell me that he's not severe, that he's not non-speaking. I don't know. I can't argue anymore. Cooper's needs are pretty significant. And so it's not a flex. It's not a brag. That's just his diagnosis. And I talk about hope versus realistic hope. And I'll speak really honestly to you. So, when I held Cooper in my arms when he was born, I had every dream that every parent has. You see the future flash before you when you're carrying this baby in your tummy, or, your wife is carrying this baby, and it's like, we found out he was a boy and he was going to play baseball, and sleepovers and birthday parties and sports. And, you have all these plans, these big plans, right? And so when Cooper was diagnosed, those plans just slightly shifted. They did. They just slightly shifted. We got this diagnosis, and suddenly, it was, what does the future hold? Will he ever be able to do this? Will he ever and I will tell you, and I used to get a lot of crap for this, and probably rightfully so, but when Cooper was 3 and 4, I grieved and cried about things that were so far out. I cried about him never driving a car, and I cried about him never getting married, and would I ever be a grandma? Would he ever have kids? Would he ever I just did, and for me, that was part of my grieving process. If that's wrong, it's wrong. I admit the things that I did. It was just I was scared. I've been scared a lot on this autism journey. And so, oh, Cooper is calling me. Cooper Swenson is calling me because he wants to call his friend Dexter on the phone, and we can't call Dexter until after 4 because Dexter is in occupational therapy. So he wants to FaceTime Dexter. So he's calling me. If he keeps calling, I'm going to have to yell at him. So I shared something this morning on Instagram. I shared a reel, and I was sharing the silly things that people say to me when I tell them that I'm nervous about leaving the world and leaving this boy behind. So I hear these things all the time, like, just pray, give it to God. He can live off the state. Just put him in a group home. I could tell you probably 20 things that I hear on the regular, like, system will take care of him. Like, they're all like ridiculous things. And really, they're all in a way like gaslighting, like telling me, like, quit worrying. And part of my healing process, part of my grieving process and acceptance process, and even planning is I just think about all the scenarios and to really lean in and like think about. And what happens for me is, like, when I think about the scary things that could happen, it really lights a fire under me. Like, do I want to start a group home? Do I want to start a facility? And right now the answer is no. Do I want to band together with 5 special needs moms friends and start a community? Like, so that's really why I share. And so this morning I shared this reel, and one of my followers, who's a very faithful follower of mine, and I think came from a very genuine place, and she may watch this video, said, look into this place in California. Cooper can just live there and he can work a job. I thought, the only reason I look younger right now is I have a filter on, Lauren. I don't normally look like this. I accidentally put a filter on and I don't know how to get it off. Hello, old person using the internet. It like won't come off. So I got like frustrated. I got frustrated because I texted my friend Adrian and I said, I think I've done a disservice. Like, I think I have been talking about the beautiful parts of autism for so long and not sharing about Cooper's struggles that people think, one of her comments was, Cooper can go to community college. Hi, Doris. I'm telling you, okay, Cooper, stop calling me. I'm telling you right now that Cooper cannot go to community college. I'm not saying that in a negative way. He just won't be able to, unless something drastically, oh my gosh, if that kid keeps calling me, I'm gonna, unless something drastically, significantly changes, and it's not going to. Cooper's doing great. He is thriving. He is learning. Cooper is at a first grade reading level. He is at maybe a kindergarten math level. He can dress himself and he can put his shoes on and he can buckle his seatbelt and we're working on making toast. And there's so many things that he is thriving at, you guys. I'm so proud of this kid. I can't tell you, every day he does something amazing. And I am so proud of him. But Cooper has limitations. Cooper's not going to go to college. He's not going to live independently. He's not going to. And I've noticed this trend, and I want to just really have a conversation about it, where people think that I'm being negative or that I'm limiting him. And I just want to tell you that I'm not. No one believes in this boy more than me. I am going to push Steve, and I'm going to encourage, and I'm never going to give up. I'm going to be 80 and I'm going to be like, you can do this, Cooper. You can do this. I will never stop fighting for this boy. But I cannot sit and tell you that he might drive a car and live independently and go to community college because it's a lie. It's not possible. And so I think what happens is, one would think that maybe it's parents of younger children, like newly diagnosed kids that are so tender and they're so scared and they're so worried, like I was, that want to believe. It's not. It's like, it's often people that don't have an autistic child themselves, and they just want to tell me. And I don't understand why. And so my point of my video is there is this shift that happens from hope to realistic hope. And for me, truthfully and honestly, it was a fall from grace. When I was like, when it hit me that he will never drive and he will never get married and all these things, when it hit me and I was able to talk about them, I mean, it pretty near broke me. It crushed me into 1,000 pieces. Because I'm gonna have to go upstairs and yell at my son because he will not stop calling me. He wants to call Dexter, so he just keeps calling me over and over again. Get him a cell phone. Get him a cell phone, they said. I have it on Do Not Disturb, but it lets my like close people call me. So I just want to just share this. If someone says to you, like when they make that shift from hope to realistic hope, please don't tell them they're being negative. Please don't tell me that Cooper can go to community college. Don't tell me that Cooper can live independently, because he's not going to. And what it does is it negates the accomplishments that he is going to achieve. Cooper might work a job someday. He might volunteer. He might live in a home with his peers, fully supported. These are good things. And it has been a full-blown circle grieving process to get here. And so what's so weird about it is like suddenly I was angry that people that told me the things he would never do, right? And now I'm having to defend the things that he'll never do. Isn't that bizarre when you think about it? It's so bizarre. And I really encourage all of us just to meet these kids where they're at. Celebrate them for the things that they're doing. Keep pushing, keep encouraging, keep believing. I will never give up on this boy. But I have to live realistically because I have to plan. I have to plan, you guys. I have to think about how he is going to survive for the rest of his life after I'm gone. And if I don't do that, I am doing a disservice to him. So if I said to you right now, I'm not worried at all about guardianship or group home because Cooper is going to go to community college, that's not going to happen. It's not. So I just think about this and just think about this language. Talk to your husband about this, your partner, your wife, your parents. Hope versus realistic hope. Hope is he's going to get better and he's going to go to college. Realistic hope is, how do I build a life for Cooper that has meaning and value and happiness? Right? Hope versus realistic hope. Shift your thinking. If you have a parent, if you're a parent of a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, I know you're not there. I wasn't there till Cooper was 8, 9, 10. So no, it takes time. It takes so much time. You'll get there. You'll get there. And you're going to celebrate these kids for exactly who they are. And it's going to be amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go. I am gonna go pick up my Harbor My Barber from Art, and then we're gonna dinner. I'm live with Adrian tonight on YouTube. So I have a YouTube page, you guys. It's called Finding Cooper's Voice. I'm live over on YouTube a lot more than Instagram. Come over there. Follow me on YouTube so you get notification. I try to do a video over there every day. So follow me on YouTube, Finding Cooper's Voice. And then you can watch a video every day. Okay. Bye, guys. Goodbye. See you tonight.